That was unreal.
They're here. Go to it. Big cod, get us away from the timber.
Yep.
Go.
Straight behind you, the
Go,
snag.
go.
This week on the AFN Fishing Show, Nige and Bryn give surface soft plastics a try while chasing cod in New South Wales. Then it's war as we head to Victoria and pit two teams against each other in a unique fishing tournament.
Today I'm in New South Wales fishing the Murray River near Wagga, and with Bryn Matthews, one of the local Murray Cod gurus. I've come here with a first in mind. I've never to this date been able to land a Murray Cod on surface. And after Bryn's told me about the good stories of great fishing down these parts on surface, I had to come and check it out. So we've got a neat soft plastic surface option, some great water to fish, and plenty of opportunity on offer, I hope. Mate, let's go and see what's up around the next bend. Surface fishing for Murray Cod is becoming very trendy at the moment, with so many anglers chasing a variety of sizes of cod from impoundments through to the rivers. At the moment we're in that stage where lots of lures are being tested on cod, and I know the success that soft plastics on the surface have had on different species, so I've been intrigued on how well they would go on our Murray Cod. Now, I haven't caught a Murray Cod on surface yet. I've missed a few on the hard bodies. Coming to the Murrumbidgee was a great chance to do it. There's not super big fish here, but there are bigger numbers of that 50 to 60 centimetre size, average size cod that I know are typically aggressive if they're in the right mood and you can put a lure in the right spot. So putting these soft plastic frogs to the test was something I was very, very interested to do. Before getting on the plane, come fishing with Bryn, I went and did the obligatory raid of the tackle store. There's one lure I couldn't go past, it just looked too cool. It's the Pop Frogs, and it comes in a 4 and a 6-inch size, very buoyant, a nice little cup face, big wiggly legs. So it stands to reason that a cod is going to see this as a good profile lure to come and have a look at. It looks like a frog. It makes some really subtle noise in the water in terms of fluttering legs and also that popping face. Gets rigged on a really lightly weighted jig head. It's that classic worm style hook, which means you can cast it into some pretty snaggy stuff and get it back. All in all, I think it's got the makings of potentially being a very handy lure to throw at a Murray Cod. Oh,
Yep,
there,
yep.
got him. Go, mates.
Oh, spat me.
That's so exciting. It's kind of like a bonus landing them almost.
Yeah.
Just seeing a lure pitch up into those shadows and just get truly slammed by Murray Cod. That's very cool. Beauty of fishing surface lures for cod in that average size class is it doesn't have to be overly complicated. You can use whichever outfit you normally like using when you fish lures. Spin outfit like this one here, it's around that 6 kilo size, 7 foot. Match it up with a 4,000 size reel, 15, 20, occasionally 30 pound braid, 20, 30 pound leaders. As you can see, Bryn's using the bait cast outfit. Very easy to cast a lure of that weight. And if you're comfortable with that type of outfit, then use it. Because if you're comfortable with it, you'll probably fish these things a whole lot better.
When you're trying to surface fish an area, there's a few things you can look for. A bit of shade helps, and also finding a bit of structure that the fish might sit behind, and trying to locate eddies, but just little backwaters where the water just comes real still, because the cod are pretty lazy and they'll just sit in there. If you can get your lure, cast it upstream and bring it back with the current, it'll give that more of a natural look. And you usually got to get it pretty close to the snag, slow little twitches, and then once you're out from the snag, you can usually get a strike at the boat.
Murray Cod, to a degree, I assimilate them a lot to a crocodile, which sounds quite a strange analogy to make, but in many ways they are similar. The Murray Cod owns its domain. It becomes one of the biggest freshwater species, so they're not afraid of a lot of other fish. They've got a mouth which is massive for their body size, so they can eat pretty much anything. The way that they live day to day is also similar to the croc. If the variables are not right, like a low barometer, temperatures, they can lie dormant for a long period of time, but then suddenly when they decide to eat, they're very opportunistic. They'll come into really strange water in terms of being very shallow, and they will look for anything that moves. Oh,
You're on.
Yep. Got him. Yep. You. There we go, Bryn. That, mate, that is so very cool. First one on surface and on a plastic. Oh, let's have a look at him. Oh, they're just the coolest fish. In terms of your freshwater fish, I reckon the Murray Cod, every single one, you just love to catch it on surface. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. There we go, there is the lure that's done the damage. Look at the closeness and coloration of these fish and that lure. There's the pop frog. Weedless hook. It means you can really skip it up into that dense country, pull them out, and still, when they get scoffed, put the hooks into one of these animals, which is so cool. Way too cool to catch just once. Let this one go. You'll have fun with him another day. Thanks, mate. Really neat thing about using a robust soft plastic as a surface lure is that you can skip them on the cast. See a lot of the guys up north doing similar with bait fish and prawn imitations on their mangrove jack. There's no reason that the Murray Cod aren't going to do it as well, and the benefit of being able to cast like that is particularly with overhanging structure, you can get down low and skip it right up under the tight stuff, and that's very often where those cautious fish are going to sit and wait for something unsuspecting to come along and eat it. So many reasons the soft plastic frog should catch cod. It's an amphibious creature. It's something that they would be used to seeing, but so much more than that, that when Bryn and I started casting these lures around, Bryn, who's cast lots of hard bodies for cod in terms of surface lures, was immediately impressed with how versatile they were. You could skip them up under the toughest structure to reach, which meant that suddenly you're presenting lures to those deep-seated cod that you normally couldn't get to, which then opens up a whole new dynamic. The way that they work on the water and the way that you can retrieve them in so many different ways lends them to being a great option for Murray Cod. Using a surface lure shaped like this, there's a few little tips that you can do with regards to your rod work and the retrieve to get the best result from your fish. And the first part is cast it very close to where the fish are hiding or where you think that they're going to be holding and waiting for food to come past. Very often it's a reactive strike, so the more you can have a piece of food suddenly appear in their space and then bloop and move, the more chance you have of getting a bite. Get it in there, and then there's a few different ways you can work these. To start with, having landed it, short, sharp little rod lifts, either up or down, will make that lure bloop. And it's preferable to, once you've blooped it, just pause it for a second to make it look like a frog that's landed, disrupted the surface, and then sat for a second waiting to see if it's safe or not. Having blooped it a few times, then you can start what we call a consistent walk the dog style retrieve. And what that really means is keeping your rod tip up, slowly winding the reel, and just jiggling that rod tip. What you'll find is those little legs will wiggle and the face will bloop continuously across the water, just making it look like a creature that's trying to swim its way to safety. If you can work this lure like that through all likely looking spots, it won't be too long before you're having some of those addictive cod surface bites.
That was unreal.
They're here. Go to it. Big cod, get us away from the timber.
Yep.
Go.
Straight behind you, the
Go.
snag.
Oh, he's in all sorts here. Oh, get the net. Get the net. Get the net. All sorts of trouble. Go. Yes!
Watched him come out.
Oh, I'm still shaking, and that is why we surface fish. It doesn't matter what species, but to do it on this, I thought it was a Murray cod when it first came out. I'm just seeing the fine speckles on there. This is a trout cod, very much a protected species, one that's slowly starting to grow in numbers, highly aggressive. I think pulled that frog over a shallow snag there. The whole body of this fish has come out over the snag and scoffed it at the boat side. Both you and I didn't know what to do for a second. I forgot to wind. Fish has taken off. He's absolutely annihilated. There's the little plastic frog. I have to say, you don't catch a whole lot of trout cod, but to do one on surface, on a plastic, might be a little while before we can do that one again.
That was unreal.
That is very, very cool. Such a very special species of a native freshwater fish, very protected. This is as far out of the water as it's going to come. I'm going to quickly unhook it there. You can see how those weedless hooks have done a great job of pinning it. It's not damaged. We're going to unhook it, let it go. It'll look after itself and get bigger. And just such a memorable capture.
Well, today I'm at Meetung in the lovely Gippsland Lakes. It's an early January, and if you're chasing bream, it's always going to be tough in these warmer summer months. And I've got to say, I'm not the best bream fisherman in the world either, so I've got a good mate of mine, Doug Fair, along with me, who's a bream pro, who's going to show me where to go and what to do. And Doug, this afternoon, whereabouts are we going to go?
Bill, we're going to head from here down to the mouth of the Mitchell River.
Yep.
Down there is a reef complex that, with the sea breeze blowing waves over the top of it, it should bring bream up to feed.
Well, that's good, because I've got one other thing I actually haven't told you. Tomorrow we're going to take the Mercury guys out. We're going to have a fishing competition, your team against my team. Casio watch is up for the first prize, so we've got a little bit of a challenge there.
I love a challenge.
Let's get out there and do a bit of pre-fishing, see what we can catch. So we're just here in what's called the silt jetties in the mouth of the Mitchell River. And you can see these boys, they're right on the reef. So obviously there's a bream bite there.
Oh, he's on already.
First cast. Well, that's a solid fish.
I'll just quickly get the net for you, Bill.
Oh, yes.
I didn't even have time to get it out.
Douglas.
Mate, bring him into me.
Oh, yes.
He is a good solar fish. He's a solid 800 grammer.
Well, that's a good start. First cast, 36 centimetre bream. One to me. I think we'll start the competition right now because I'm on a bit of a high. Good stuff. Only fishing in about probably four feet of water here over a shallow sand flat. It's not all that clear, and it's obviously just running up to a fairly expansive bit of reef here where you can see the...
I'm on.
Oh, Doug's in. Good on you, Doug.
Oh, nice fish. I'm running straight through. 3 pound fluorocarbon here. Oh, now it knows it's in trouble. Nice fish.
Lovely, Douglas.
There we go.
Lovely.
Look at that. That's a very similar size fish to yours. Well hooked. Oh, look at the colour. It's so gold. Matches my shirt. Okay, that's one each, Bill. But I noticed that you didn't bother helping me. You just started casting again.
I thought I'd better just get a lure back out in the water. Part of the reason for pre-fishing is to work out what's going to work tomorrow during our comp. And our big comp is going to be 3 in the afternoon till 7 at night. So these are the same conditions as the comp that we're going to have tomorrow with the Mercury boys, same timing. So it gives us a bit of an idea about probably what the conditions are like. A little bit choppy, a little bit sloppy.
Okay. I'm on, by the way.
Oh yes, I'm on too.
Oh, I've just dropped mine. I've dropped mine twice.
That's all right.
Oh.
So I reckon Billy Boy might have won this session 2-1. Doug, very happy 2-1.
We both hooked up at the same time.
Hey, awesome stuff. Great way to finish this pre-session.
I've got some hooks to change tonight.
Well, the rules for the inaugural Mercury Bream Challenge were simple. Doug and I drew 2 anglers out of the hat, 3 teams in each boat, and heaviest bag wins.
When I got put on Doug's team, I jumped on the boat with a degree of confidence knowing that I was on a leading boat.
The first thing that went through my mind when I was selected to fish with Bill and be on his boat was, great, we're going to win.
I'd say, boys, it's going to be all about putting in 500 good casts in 2 hours.
Fellas, see the rocks behind us? Cast your lures as close to them without being on top as you can.
Oh, good boy. Now we've got to be sneaky about this, guys. We're going to keep this very, very quiet. Trevor, lovely. That's my man. He's 30. We're away.
I didn't honestly think I'd catch a fish, but in the end, I was the first one in the boat to get a fish, so that was a good start to the day.
Yep. He's ours. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Did I think I could catch a fish? No. So at Mercury, I'm known as the human banana. I love fishing, but I'd never catch any fish.
AB, awesome. Head of Marketing, Mercury, Anthony Brown. And another black brim for my team. Doug's under pressure.
No, I'm not. Lift your rod up a bit now. Lift your rod up. Okay, it's a brim. Yes, it is a good fish. You have just caught the biggest brim. And that is a good fish.
Being the last one to catch anything, I was a bit unsure for a while, but we all came good in the end.
That's 3. Remember, 5 fish is our weigh-in bag for the team. Absolutely excellent.
Don't lose your cool. Now, it's within your capabilities to fish there. Look at that. It's going to be right in their zone. You like that? Yeah. But they can't fish ours because they've got to cast into the wind. So ping a few down the back there and plunder a few of their fish.
Bill's advice for the day, aim for structure and also aim for the other competitor's boat because they're losing a lot of fish at the back of the boat, so target their boat as much as you can.
Oh, Billy's on.
Yes. Oh, gone. Done.
Did you lose your lure there, Bill?
Bitten off.
Or the knot came undone?
It's just the sort of luck that you need, Doug. You need a little bit of luck from our side of things.
Good try.
I reckon if I hadn't dropped that fish, I would have sealed the deal. Boys, pressure's on. I think we're down 2-3 by my calculations. You reading it the same way?
Yep, I am.
Oh, got him. Got him. Now they don't know. That's right at the back of their boat. That's 3 boys. They're not big, but they're all going to count. Doug's sweating, he's worried. I'm beginning to like this competition fishing. That's it, mate, just bring it in with a rod. Oh. Lovely. There's a good fish. Not as good as your last one. It's all right, everything counts. Everything counts. Lucky catch. I think we'll just pop him in the tank quickly. So. Still an hour and a half to go, and I know Doug. He's going to be tough to beat. Don't worry about that.
Come on, boys. We're running behind now. Big effort.
Nice fish. Oh, it's a cracker, Anthony. That is a cracker. Keep him under the water. Oh, boy, my team. Gun. One. Let's see what it measures.
Yes.
37?
37.
Awesome.
Well, it's now getting towards the end of our competition. Sadly, we only have 3 fish, and I can tell you, as a competitive brim angler, you feel sick about this point. The boys have done a good job, however. They've both caught fish, and that's the way it goes. But we've tried, and right now I'm not feeling very happy.
Well, Doug, D-Day, tea time, W time, weigh time.
Well, to be honest,
we're back. How did we go?
It's L time for us.
L time?
L time. We only caught 3 fish.
Well, 3 fish, I guess. Maybe we're not going to need scales because my team, absolute guns, outfished me 3-0 in the first half hour. Anthony, how many fish did we get?
We got 5 brim.
We got 5, mate. So maybe we're not going to need to weigh it in.
Was I happy to win the comp? Yes. It's always gratifying to win.
This is our biggest brim. I think it went about 38.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to let that go.
37.
37, so he shrugged.
I exaggerated a little
May we
bit.
have the ruler back, please? Okay, they win.
I realised I wasn't going to win when the measurements came out and I'd lost by a centimetre. Up until that point, I thought I was a surety.
I actually won the competition. I actually won the watch, so it's all good.
But I'm confident that ruler was bent.
Well, all I can say is congratulations, you won, and I guess it's your shout.
Thanks, Doug. It was a pleasure to take your money, and I can't wait to get back to fabulous meat hunting. It's Bill Klassen here from The Fishing Show, and if you like this instructional video and want to learn more, it's simple. Go to fishingshowtv.com.au and see a whole host of additional videos.